guy's crazy. He just doesn't do anything at all. That's the problem. No, you know me. I like my Star Wars.
Yeah. It's the only thing I really know from Star Wars, to be honest.
It's iconic. And the guy was just breathing.
Yeah. But it was how he was breathing.
It's like, Vader, take a breath for a second.
Yeah.
Slow down, man.
Hey, take it easy.
The galaxy, you're going to conquer it one day. Just take it easy.
Well, you got to breathe hard because you can't breathe in space. So he's trying to get something out of it,
That is... does he make that? Does he have a different sound for sex though, or is that the multi sound?
No, I'm pretty sure
it's
it's the
sex
same.
sound, the workout sound. Like does it?
He's probably fainted when he's had sex if he's breathing that fast.
Oh my god!
Episode 66.
Six.
How does Darth Vader have sex?
I started doing the echo with the sixes, and then I'm like, oh my god, that's a bad omen. I gotta.
Yeah, no.
So that's why I went more times. I said it like 8 times.
But you know what? The 66, episode 66, and if you add the third one, which we don't want to, however, it plays into your whole scenario.
Buddy, I was thinking about that when I was in the washroom. I'm like, next week is episode 67. My number.
Your favorite
is my
number.
thing.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, oh my god, something bad's gonna happen. Then I'm like, wait a sec. I'm a pessimist.
Yeah.
I just figured out that I am a negative pessimist. Why should something bad happen?
You just figured that out?
Come on, man.
I could have told you that.
But I'm saying, what if it's the greatest episode of all time?
The greatest episode. You know what? I thought you were going to love this because this is a homage to your favorite player, or one of, anyways. I'm sure.
No. He was my favorite player.
Right.
I think he still is my favorite player.
Yeah, he's got to be.
You don't turn
with all
your
due
back.
Respect to Crosby. I
love you, Crosby.
Yeah,
Sid,
this is Lemieux.
you're a good guy.
Lemieux owns the team that you love, and he brought this guy, and he let him live in his house. In fact, I think Crosby still lives in Lemieux's house.
You should maybe change his name.
Could
to
you
Lemieux.
imagine
Sidney
that?
Lemieux?
He's like, hey, Sidney, get the door. Sidney! Fuck. How many times has got to ring, Sidney?
Do you know who I am? Do you want me to make you pay rent again? Episode 66.
You don't think he charges them rent?
Not for the first bit.
Wait a minute. Lemieux drafts them, signs them, and he doesn't charge them rent?
He probably garnished his wages. Look, said, I know you signed the big contract, but living expenses were a little high this year.
It's a little big.
We had to move stadiums. You understand?
You got to understand. Pittsburgh doesn't have a lot of nice areas. You know what I mean? We're very privileged where we are.
That's amazing. Yeah. Could be worse. Could be in Philadelphia.
Sure.
Oh,
come on. Nah. Jeff, how are you, my friend?
Doing well.
You look fantastic. You've been, I thought the beard thing, you got this, the goatee thing. I thought you were going to, I thought you were just experimenting, but you're leaving it, and I like it. Leave it.
I'm going for, it's there for the rest of my life. I'm just going to see how long it's going to get. Going for the full Merlin eventually.
Oh, wow.
I think it suits you.
Exciting.
It's got the whole,
it does suit him, yeah.
It's got a good, the alchemy theme, the rock persona.
I like it. Yeah.
Wisdom. Beards are, I mean, not you. You're dumb. You're dumb as shit. But,
no.
But beards typically represent wisdom.
Well, back in the day, they meant something, until the millennials got a hold of them. Exactly. No, I'm not a millennial, but can I tell you something? Yeah. I started this fade. I started the beer revolution.
Get out of here,
buddy.
Mitch,
I've had a beer since grade 8. I'm telling you, I started this shit, and I didn't even realize.
By default, you did. As long as I've known you, you've had
what I'm saying.
A beard of sorts. Yeah. You were clean shaven for a little bit.
I tried it. It's not my look. It's not me.
It's not bad.
No, it's bad.
Nah,
in fact, you know how bad it is? My wife has told me if I ever shave my beard,
it's over.
It's done. I kid you not. Her exact words. I'm done.
So does that? But is she saying that the beard looks good, or just your face looks like garbage?
She loves the face with the beard.
Are you sure?
Sans beard, as you would say. No.
That's amazing.
There it is. That's what love is. I'm only a shave away.
Yeah, it's like my wife. She goes, you know what? I've never seen an ab on you once.
Yeah.
And if you even try to pull that out,
right,
we're through.
Yeah.
So I can't have a good body.
You
That's the reason.
That's respect.
That's the reason.
How was your weekend?
Weekend was pretty good.
Yeah?
Yeah, it was great, actually. Very relaxed. Did a lot of studying. I'm studying. I got to study now.
A lot of studying, dude.
I got to study when I'm not studying.
Don't tell me you studied while these football games were on.
Commercials and halftime, yes. During the game, zero.
You know, Jeff is. I
You
don't
can't-
know. Jeff, quick question: were you a big football fan before the podcast started? Did you watch a lot of football? Or?
I grew up with the Bombers in Winnipeg, and I played a little flag football, and
NFL. What was your NFL kind of exposure?
I'm not a huge NFL guy to be. I'm the Canadian way, the hard way.
Fair enough. But what did you say to me as we were standing right before you walked in? Jeff even watched it.
Oh yeah,
This
yeah.
weekend.
No, so you couldn't miss it. There's
Yeah,
so
you
much
couldn't
drama in
miss
the NFL. Hey, I'm not saying I don't enjoy.
I know you.
NFL
I know you do. But that's how. My point is.
But-
it doesn't matter who you are, what you are.
Yeah, yeah.
This weekend was epic.
The
epic
conference
playoff
championship weekends are unbelievable. We're going to get into it.
Oh yeah, we got it.
Obviously, we're going to talk about it. But Mitch, what else we got on the itinerary today?
You know, we got a lot of things. Like, look, the NFL was out of control. It was the greatest divisional finals we've ever seen. We're going to talk about it. It's going to probably take the bulk of the banter today, all that stuff.
Okay.
We're going to talk, about both of them. We now know, and everyone does, who the two teams are that are going to play in Super Bowl 53. We're going to talk a little bit. Can we talk about Tony Romo really quickly? Is he, you guys said Merlin earlier. You guys say, the guru. This guy is the Yoda, I think, of all football.
I've been wanting to fight this guy.
You did.
But
You wanted to fight Buck.
no, I
Oh, no,
you,
Romo.
no,
I was
you
going to
wanted
fight Buck. Yeah, that's right.
I wanted Romo.
You wanted a piece of Romo.
But I got to tell you, maybe he is the better man.
That's
because
right.
I don't know if I want to fight him anymore.
I don't think you should, man. This
I
guy,
think-
he'll know when you're throwing a punch before you even throw it.
That's what I'm saying.
Don't do
It's
it.
crazy.
Don't do it. And then I want to quickly talk about what happened this weekend, MMA and a little boxing quickly.
Okay.
And then Maga Malaka. We got to do it. And it's going to be the Greek athlete version of Maga Malaka.
Speaking of Greek,
Yeah.
are we going to talk about some really, a couple Greek guys out there that are making waves in the sports
Absolutely.
world?
That's kind of why. And
A little
how
bit of
this,
tennis, a little
absolutely.
boxing,
You got
little-
it. You got it. You'll find out at the end with Maga Malaka. You'll find out.
Well,
So
episode 66,
Yeah.
as you're saying, homage to Lemieux,
Homage
my
to
boy.
your boy.
The guy who was, I have a 1994 jersey when they changed the logos to the triangle
Oh,
with
right.
Lemieux on it.
Oh,
all numbers.
nice.
Authentic. I mean, we're talking the real deal. Is it fair to say
Yeah.
that this may be
Right.
the most magnificent,
Right.
because he was the magnificent one.
Right.
Is this the most magnificent podcast that we've done of all time?
I think that's what we should dub it. Last week or the week before was the Greek Chic.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think today you just named it.
the magnificent podcast or the MagnifiCast.
The MagnifiCast.
The MagnifiCast.
The MagnifiCast.
You know what?
I got a little. Can I tell you a quick little
Yes,
story about this?
yes.
All right. Watch this. How it all plays in. All right. Circa a couple of years ago.
Okay.
I can't remember. It was like 5 or 6 years ago. My sister gets a new neighbor. Right.
Okay.
All right. Watch this. So
Did she hate the old neighbor?
the old neighbor just moved out. I don't know what happened. Well, the old neighbor leaves. New neighbor is Tom Kostopoulos.
Get out of here.
Just got traded over to Calgary from the Carolina Hurricanes.
The Hurricanes, yeah.
Okay.
And he was a Penguin.
He's a Penguin as well. He was
Yeah.
a Penguin. He was a Hurricane.
More
he was
importantly,
a King,
he
was
fits
a
the
Canadian.
theme of the show.
Exact. He's Greek. So he comes and my sister invites him over for a little lamb. We had a little lamb spit dinner. Well, this is the year.
So uncharacteristic.
Yeah, exactly. It was. I think she did it on his occasion, and he didn't know, and I didn't know.
Yeah.
So as I got to know him, and we joked around quite a bit, he's a super nice guy, right? All things being said about.
Of course,
the guy.
he's Greek.
Yeah, he's Greek. He's the best. So
Amazing.
here's where I almost got my ass whooped by an NHL fighter. Like he is known to be kind of the tough guy on the team.
Yeah,
Correct?
he's
All right.
Greek.
I literally almost got my ass whooped because of Lemieux. This is what happened. So he was on the Penguins when Lemieux was there. Lemieux goes down. He gets hurt. So I ask him, I go, hey, what's your story? Like, how did you make it to the NHL? He goes, well, I was with Wilkes-Barre.
Scranton,
Right.
yeah.
So he's with the farm team. Lemieux gets hurt, and they call up Tom. And Tom's telling
So
me
let me
the
get
story.
this straight. Hold on a second.
Yeah.
Lemieux goes down. They're like, there's one man. And the Penguins mean one man. They're like, we got to get Kostopoulos. Lemieux's out. Get Kostopoulos.
Dude, I say the exact same thing that you did.
Shut up.
I was making fun of it, but I wasn't that good of friends with him at this point where he kind of understood my thing. So he looks at me and he's like, everyone's like, oh my God, what did Mitch just say? But I was saying it jokingly like that. I'm like, they called you up when Lemieux went down? And he was like, who the F is this guy that called me out? He can't even skate. He's 5'11 and a half and he's talking to me? And the next thing I know, he is giving me this, but he kind of figured I was joking. We become kind of buddies. But this guy,
What an icebreaker,
oh,
Mitch.
dude, I was so scared.
Did you actually say
He's
that
got,
to him?
if you ever meet him, and you know what? I'm going to give him a call and we're going to get him on the podcast. You should see his hands. He's got meat hooks for hands, man. Like, I don't know who he fought, but
He's like the Gorilla
Do you
Monsoon
remember
of the
that time
NHL?
he knocked out Kevin Bieksa, one punched him?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Here's another quick story that he told me. Right. This is his story. I feel bad saying this story. You know, I'm not going to tell you the story. You know why? Because I'm going to get him on the podcast.
Get him on.
and
Let
he'll
him tell the story.
Let him tell the story.
But you know,
there's
I
my
gotta-
first
I
time
gotta
hanging out
defend
with
you.
Tom Costopoulos, and I'm trying to talk about Mario Lemieux.
Yeah.
And there's my story
So,
for Lemieux.
you know, it's funny. So I got to say, there's two things actually that come up. Number one, you weren't wrong, because if that was my initial reaction,
Right.
and it was apparently yours,
Yeah.
I had no idea, by the way.
No.
That means you're right.
Yeah.
Because that's the real initial reaction.
was it.
Number two, you have a terrible track record
Yeah.
with celebrities. I'm thinking about this. You get snubbed by T.O.
Yeah. Yeah.
You almost got in a fight with Kostopoulos.
Yeah.
And you tried to go down on Kid Rock in Mexico.
No, that part is not entirely
That's
true.
how I heard it. That's how you told it.
He offered me weed. That
No,
was the story.
no, yeah, no,
Yeah.
no. I think you said, "Hey,
Your-
can I go down on you?"
You know,
for your
earlier
weed? I
you
thought-
said that
no,
assumptions.
I thought you said I was okay, Spider.
Listen, man, we got tons to do. Let's get right
just
into it. Are you
get-
ready? Let's just go.
No, I'm not, Mitch. I'm
here
not
we
ready
go. Okay.
because before I get into anything on this podcast, and I'm not falling for your bag of tricks. And Jeff, cue the music. We got to give to you the Macromind Media metrics of the week. Macromind Media. Macromindmedia.com is the genius that brings you reallockerroomtalk.com. Don't believe me? Go check out our website and how magnificent it is. Oh, that's just a word that's synonymous with this MagnifiCast.
Ooh, I like it.
Did you see what I did there?
Yeah, I did.
Macromindmedia.com. Of course, I got the new initiative at Headversity where you can hashtag Ask Dr. RT virtually anything. I mean, they're looking at mental health, the stigma, and workplace resilience. They're doing wonders with Headversity. And of course, as we said, we got Dr. Ryan Todd penciled in February 6th, right after the Super Bowl. You know, get ready, get your questions ready, get your listening ears ready. It's going to be a fantastic show. On the topic of metrics and how this whole thing is exploding globally, Mitch, if I were to tell you that in the United States of America that are united in the states that are part of America,
Right.
that we have a new state in
Yeah.
the United States of America?
Have we? I thought we got all 50.
No,
Oh.
yeah, that's what I thought. But much to my
But
surprise,
I like the fact that we haven't got them all.
you know, we got that northeastern contingent.
Yeah, we
I mean,
got
we
it.
got Michigan,
Yeah.
we got Illinois, we got
got-
Maine,
got it all.
We got it all.
Yep.
Nope.
Nope.
Wrong.
Why do we? Oh.
We were missing something on the risk board. Indiana.
What?
Not just home of the Pacers.
Right.
Home of Real Locker Room Talk. Thank you, Macromind Media.
Andrew
Boom.
Luck is listening to this?
This podcast rocks.
There it is.
Can't follow that up. Absolutely. But that's not it. We got Canada. We got the United States.
Right.
We got a couple places here, there, and everywhere.
Yeah. We're dominating.
You know who else is allowing us to dominate?
I have no idea.
Yes, you do.
Nope.
Just it starts with an A.
Yeah.
Agape Greek Radio.
I was going to say Alaska.
Oh. Azerbaijan. You
was my second
Hold on. If we get there, we're done. It's over.
100%.
We peaked.
Yep,
Peaked.
done.
Yeah.
Watch, everyone's going to try to like fly their download so that we end our podcast.
Can you imagine a couple Azerbaijanis? Whoa. Anyways, that's how they talk. But anyways, so Agape Greek Radio, AGAPE GreekRadio.com, where you can stream Real Locker Room Talk Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, all weekend. On the weekend, during Blood Wolf Moons, you can listen to Real Locker Room Talk.
Yeah, sure,
Do
dude.
whatever you want.
Yeah.
So it's a fantastic thing. They got a great new initiative coming out as well. So they're going to be putting a lot of their product on not just on the radio, but on TV as well. So they're working really hard over there. Love it. Let's move on.
Okay, what about this weekend, though? One last time.
Okay.
January 26th. What are you doing? You want to play some cards? You want to play some poker? Let's do it. Come down to the Hellenic Greek community of Calgary, located at 1 Tamarack Crescent Southwest, between 5:30 and 7. Why? Because that's when you're going to get your prime rib dinner. Then at 7, we drop the cards. And we go one-on-one. And we go all play each other. And it's the greatest tournament of all time. And you're saying to yourself, well, Mitch, I don't know. I don't know what I want. Why not? $250 gets you a prime rib dinner, gets you drinks, gets you booze, gets you What else? Food, gets you
Unlimited
great
booze, by
service,
the way.
all of it. It's fantastic.
Unlimited.
And then you're like, well, what do I win? Well, how about I give you the top 3 prizes? Prize number 1, a gold bar. Prize number 2, a $1,500 travel voucher. How about prize number 3? Oh, I don't know. Half an hour in a fighter jet.
You basically earn the rank of Top Gun by attending the poker tournament.
Exactly.
It's very simple.
Who doesn't want to be there? So be there this Saturday, January 26th, between 5:30 and 7. Cards drop at 7. Come down. It's so awesome. Money goes to charity. Money goes to the community. It's a great, great event.
Are you registered?
I am.
I'm registered.
Yes.
But for everybody listening, how do they register?
What you want to do is you want to go to calgaryhellenic.com and just go through the little tabs. Go click, 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 and then you'll end up, put your name in. It's very simple.
That sounded like Mario Brothers. Do that again.
Click, click, click.
Yeah,
and then you just
did you do a little voice thing for them?
I did a little voiceover stuff back in the day.
You got the face for it.
Yeah, thank you. So can't wait to see you guys there. Me and Dimitri are going to be there.
Yeah.
We're looking to have a great time. We look forward to seeing you all there. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, that's right. And we've even posted it on our Facebook channel as well. So, ladies and gentlemen, the Facebook group, the discussion group, the page on our Twitter, Instagram, all the handles, you can follow the link straight from there. CalgaryHellenic.com as well. You guys, please, it's a fantastic event. Don't miss it. We're going to brag about it.
Exactly. Be there. Be there and win something. $250 or $50 just to have some dinner and drinks. That's all right. Bring your girl.
There you go.
Bring your, significant other. It's all good.
Do whatever you want.
All right, let's get into it because it's enough. Let's get into it. But right before we get to the NFL, that's correct. Breaking news today. Breaking news. Peter Chiarelli, GM of the Edmonton Oilers, just north of us, has been fired. In other news, the sky is blue and the grass is green. Dimitri, why did this take so long?
I actually don't know. I mean, really quick, because we have more important things to talk about. I hate to say it because it was a long time coming. I will give this, at the very least, they exercised all the options. They tried making some trades.
Right.
They tried changing the coach.
Yep.
There's nothing. You know what? That guy kept his job longer than he should have.
Sure.
But he was also smart enough to keep it as long as he could to give him a fighting chance. Well, it's over.
Yeah.
You guys are out of a playoff spot, but this doesn't solve any problem.
No.
This organization, we talked about it last week, we've talked about it in weeks before. You cannot put a Band-Aid over a humping, steaming bag of shit and expect it not to smell.
Yeah.
You just can't. So this whole thing's got to go into a big revamp.
It's crazy, man. And, I think it's even funnier. Like the last thing he did, just a couple of days ago, he signed Mikko Koskinen, who's only played 27 games in the NHL, to a 3-year contract at $4.5 million. 27 games, $4.5 million. I don't know why I didn't take that job myself. And to me, it's just funny. Like they knew, apparently they said yesterday that they were going to fire him. They were going to let him go. He must have got inkling and said, hey, get over here. I'm using the corporate visa. And he was putting it through.
Doesn't he look like a cheap version of George Costanza?
1,000,000% he does.
He's bald. He's a short, stocky, bald man. He's got the glasses. Oh my God. I just pieced it together. This makes so much sense. Do you remember when Costanza was working at Play Now and they were trying to fire him and he even built his own washroom?
Yes.
Or he was trying to get himself fired and there was that thing. That's the situation. The Edmonton Oilers are Play Now Industries.
You know what? And he did a good job. His record during his tenure, 137, 133, and 26. Oh, so he can walk away saying, hey, you know what? I'm a winner. I'm a winner. I'm up. I'm
that positive.
I'm up. Exactly.
You're welcome for those 4 games. Go find it somewhere else.
So funny. When I saw it today, I just thought I had to bring it up. So there you go for all you NHLers, and you're going to get it. Thank you.
That's my breaking news music.
That's your and I love it. We should have brought the xylophone back in. Really
we got to.
All right, let's get down to it. This weekend, you did it again, NFL. You sons of guns. You've done it once again. You make us cry. You make us scream. You make us laugh. And then, in the very last minute of both games, you made us gasp. It was unreal. This was the greatest divisional playoff of all time. Both games going to overtime, but it wasn't just the fact that they went to overtime. It's how they got into overtime and the dramatic fashion that followed. Would you agree?
I agree. To start off, you had the top 4 teams, both offensively and statistically by record, in the Final Four. and they gave us the two best games, in my opinion, of the season when you stack all the cards on the table.
Absolutely. Dimitri, I mean, we can sit here and talk about both games, and we're going to. But my question is, I want to start with the Rams, and I want to start with the Saints, if you're okay with that. Are you okay with that?
Sure.
All right.
Sure.
Let's give everyone just a quick rundown. I'm sure by now they've all seen what's happened. The Rams are at home. Well, let's go even further back. A couple of weeks ago, almost at the same time, the Rams and the Saints terrorized the league. They were on fire for the first 12 weeks. Then around week 12 or 13, both teams, something happened. It's like other teams figured them out or something internally happened to these guys. They weren't clicking.
But we uncovered the conspiracy.
That's correct.
Because it's the Illuminati.
Right.
Okay?
Exactly.
You got the NWO and the Illuminati. They didn't like the odds. They didn't like that they were so much favorites because they're betting on themselves.
That makes a lot of sense.
So they had to tank a little.
Exactly.
They had to tank a little.
But just a little, but enough for both of them to get first round buys in the playoffs.
Yes.
They get their first round buys, then they end up meeting each other. They beat the other teams that make it into the playoffs that won their wild card games to meet them. They beat them. Then the showdown happens. Saints at home against the LA Ram Illuminati. And it starts off hot for the Saints. They're up, 13-0, I think, at one time. And at one time, for sure, the score was 20-10 late in the game. And then all of a sudden, the tide turned. Right?
That's
tide
right.
turned. The LA Rams score a touchdown. Now it's 20-17. Well, the Saints get the ball. They start marching the ball down. And my little laugh is because you all know where I'm going with it. With a minute 53 left in the game or so, Breeze says, hey, I'm going to hit my wide open receiver over in the flat, throws that pass, and then the most blatant pass interference call of all time was not called. Dimitri, everybody's been talking about it. Now it's time for the real answer to come because you're going to answer it. I'm going to answer it. Did that change the game?
Absolutely. Undeniably, a million gazillion Googleplex% that it changed the game. The score is 20-20 at this point coming down the field. The Saints on that pass.
No, it's 20-17. The Saints are up 20-17.
Or 2017. Sorry.
That's okay.
I'm hitting the overtime. But absolutely they did.
Now, some people will debate that there was other plays that the Saints had this game and they gave it away. And that one call shouldn't be the reason that this game was turned around. So again, I go back to you. Did that pass interference play really change the tide of the game or not?
Yeah, it did, because you got to think they're first and goal with a minute 53 left in the game with an opportunity to run the clock down and really close the game out.
Right.
They could have closed the game out. Like, there was an opportunity. And, look, that was the worst non-call I have ever seen in professional sports that has actually cost a team or a position into the final. I've never seen anything like it. And what sickens me is that I think there was two for sure. There might have been a third, but they were watching the play. Yeah. I've seen, you know what pisses me off? I've seen pass interference calls for far less.
Yes, exactly.
Far less, like not even close. This guy took him out of the play.
Yes. He literally hit him in the head. It was helmet to helmet, and he hit him way before the ball was there.
I gotta feel bad for the Saints too, right? I gotta feel bad for the Saints because the year before against the Vikings, they were trying to hit a guy, completely missed, and cost themselves the Super Bowl. Now they're on the other side.
That's actually a really good point.
Now
I never thought of that. Yeah, exactly.
Lattimore's like, I'm not doing it this year.
Yeah.
I'm gonna play.
Yeah.
Well, now they're on the other side. Now they get hits taken out.
Look,
it's crazy.
I'm a big advocate of it should never be down to one play. It should never. They say you should never know the name of the referees, right? Because then they've been too involved and all that. At the end of the day, that call was the changer. It was. No matter, there's big talk about how in the actual rule book, the commissioner can actually forfeit that game, say that call was so erroneous, it was so bad that he can make these two teams play each other again. And everyone's calling out for it. But in previous podcasts, I've said, and I'll keep to my word, at the end of the day, human error is a part of sports.
Yes.
Is if you people that are in love with the Saints or just in love with football that much to the point where you want to see this game replayed, then you next year have to admit that you'd want to see what the NCAA and what the CFL already have and now have taken out. And that is calling or ripping a flag out so that you can replay a penalty. You start doing that, and this will change all of sports altogether. Look, it was a horrible call. There is no doubt about it. There's no place for it. There was 2 referees standing there. It was horrible, but at the end of the day, it is what it is. Now, is it fixed? Does it give more reason to why me and Dimitri have been saying it from day one that the LA Illuminati is real? Hell yeah. We've been calling it from day one. And if that didn't show you that we're serious, that they are the LA Illuminati for a reason, nothing will. It's like they heard us again and they're like, you know what? I don't think anyone's taking Mitch and Dimitri serious. Let's show them that we exist.
Yeah. Guys, we've been saying it from the beginning. Even I deviated and went with the Saints. Shame on me. I figured, well, you know what? You have the Saints. The angels of the Lord, so to speak. You have they'll stop this Illuminati train. But no. They have some pull. Guys, the fix is in. They want to be able to go to their Super Bowl home. They want the opening of the new stadium, where the Super Bowl is going to be next year. They want to have that as the home of the reigning defending champions. Guys, the fix has been in.
Absolutely.
Not from the NFL,
yeah.
The Illuminati.
Absolutely.
You guys called it last week.
Did we not say it, Jeff?
Yeah.
Exactly. You know what? Let's call it what it is, too. Sean McVay, we've considered him, and everyone does, that he's an NFL prodigy, that this guy's mind, there is not one football guru, from a Belichick to a McVay to a Sean Payton to any, that didn't think that was a How did these referees keep their hands in their pocket? Like, literally, think about this for a sec, okay? You're in for the fix. You're like, look, there's going to be a play at the end. There's going to be something. Don't pull your flag. You're like, okay. I'm not saying that this is what happened, but this is what in my head. How, like, if you're an NFL referee, you're just like, you can't help it. You're just moving your hand, right? How do you keep your hand in your pocket? It was like the most. I have to give credit to the referees, both of them, for not pulling the flag.
Instinctively.
And you know what it is? Not just the 2 that were there, because anybody can truly pull the flag. Like, it's kind of like that middle line down the middle. You guys get this side of the field, we get this side of the field, and the referee basically can call whatever he wants, right?
Sure, that's right.
No one pulled the flag. That's crazy.
And you know what? You laugh about it now from the sense he hit him hard.
Oh,
he wasn't even close.
No, dude. I mean, and I don't think you have to be an NFL fan to know that was not the right. Like, that was a penalty.
You know, the one angle, like the main angle where they show where they're in front of them as they're running towards the camera,
right?
And you just see the ball. Like, you have pass interference calls where you'd be like, well, the guy wouldn't catch it anyways, but there was contact that stopped him from attempting to be able to make the play.
Right.
No, this was one of the rare cases where if the guy left him alone, breezed through the perfect pass.
Yeah, it was right there. Of course he did.
I don't think that defender looked for the ball not once.
Jeff, he didn't
right
look
at that
for the
guy's
ball.
head.
He blatantly hit him. He everything that they tell you is pass interference. Yeah. That guy did, and no call.
That's in the training video.
You said it a second ago. We've seen whalers where a guy just like slaps a finger. Oh, flag. And you're like, what?
Yeah.
And this was like as
Dallas
blatant
Cowboys.
As it gets.
Dallas Cowboys. Yeah. Put your inquiry to rest.
Yeah.
Okay.
Seriously.
Catch or no catch. You guys are second place.
Yeah, second place.
She'll be coming around the mountain when she comes.
But then, okay, let me ask you this. We'll finish it on this note with them and then get on to the real deal. So then LA gets the ball and they go down and they tie the game. Do we give any respect to the fact that the Rams got the ball back and win this game 57 yards to basically take over this game?
Yes, you have to. I mean,
got to, right?
Zerlin. Okay. I mean, the guy had to hit a 57, not just a 57-yarder with that pressure.
Right.
This isn't, hey, we're closing out the first half. You think you can hit the 57-yarder?
Yeah.
I mean, if you're the Cowboys, you get injured and you're done.
Yeah.
Or no, sorry, if you're not the Cowboys. Was it Seahawks-Cowboys game?
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, we're Jankowski.
Jankowski, yeah. You know, but hey, at least they got a punter.
Hey, the best.
You know what? Let's
The
not go.
best.
Let's not go there. But yeah, you have to credit that, and you have to credit. Look, you get into overtime, and you got to win.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, the only thing. See, here's what I don't like, and I'll give a shout out to you, Paul Demakis, because I know you put the meme up in the discussion board about other things that the Saints were doing that were non-calls. Those didn't kill the game,
No.
right?
And that happens quite often.
That happens. That's a one-sided meme. But the fact of the matter is that this did cost the game.
Mm-hmm.
This did shape because you're first and
Well,
goal.
it's a two possession game now. If when they score, right? It changed everything. It really did.
It did.
Yeah.
It really did. So look, that's what you got to do. So I mean, the pressure that they would have had and everything. Anyways, but at the end of the day, after you get there, you got to play overtime.
Yeah. And to me, you know what? It's kind of like that the other team got jossed. See, this is where when you kick a 57-yard field goal, at this moment, if Zerline misses that, now the Saints get the ball, and they're not too far. They're 10, 15 yards away to get themselves into field goal range and win this. So in a weird way, I feel like Sean McVay did something where it was like almost out of respect, going, look, you guys got hooped. We're going to go for this. We do have an amazing kicker. He's probably going to hit it, but we're not doing it easy. We're not like, trying to, make this, put this down your throat and shove it. I don't know. Obviously, that's not what happened, but a little piece of me is like, you know what? There was a little respect. It's not like the Rams literally just walked over and scored and it was over. They had to earn it as well. But that one play, the answer to the question is this: did that one play cost the game? Yes, it did.
Yep.
It did. It sucks that it did, but it did.
Yeah.
Now, let's get into the greatest game I truly have ever watched. Like, we thought earlier this year when the Chiefs played the Rams on Monday night that was the greatest football game.
That's right.
Well, the Chiefs said, no, we could do one better. We could do it even better than that and more dramatic. And you're like, nah, you can't do it any better. But I need somebody to do it with. And so who does Mahomes and Kansas City say that they're going to bring on? Well, let's bring on the greatest of all time. Let's bring Tom Brady. Let's see what he can do. At 42 years old, Tom Brady has now shown everybody one more time that you cannot mess with this guy.
Are you not entertained?
Seriously.
Are you not entertained? Is this not why you come? The guy's gladiator, man.
Dimitri, give me the rundown. What did you think of that game? What did you like about that game? And was this Tom's greatest performance ever?
There was so much going in here. So to recap the game, as you did the recap earlier, you have the New England Patriots. They're coming out hot. They're saying, hey, you know what? We've done our homework. We're all about business. We're going to come in. So it didn't look good for the Kansas City Chiefs at the beginning. You're saying, Mahomes, he's looking a little rattled, not getting those plays out. The play action isn't working. They're pressuring the quarterback. Well, as we get more into the game, Mahomes and company become a little more comfortable. They start making a game out of it. You get into the third quarter, still a bit of that chess match. Well, then the fourth quarter comes. Not just the greatest fourth quarter of all time, but maybe the greatest game, as you said, of all year. This was unbelievable. And then it turned tit for tat. And then you see Mahomes getting comfortable.
Yeah.
You see the Brady getting comfortable. Yeah. It's going back and forth. But, the Chiefs were under the gun. And then there was that controversial call.
Yeah.
Where they thought that Edelman had muffed the punt. But turns out he didn't. And I got to be honest, after watching it, I actually agree that he didn't touch it.
I'm going to say this.
I'm going to go on that train.
Truthfully, based on the angle that I saw, the ball didn't move around. So that's why I don't think it touched him. But I think it grazed him. But how are you going to know?
You can't.
But it looked like it grazed him, man.
There's some good looks and there's some bad looks.
Yeah.
But I do believe that it was the right call, my opinion.
Sure, of course.
Well, if you don't believe in football gods, what happens on the next play?
Yeah, man.
That's where the drama started. Edelman himself causes the turnover.
Yes.
Through his fingers.
Yes.
The fingers. And
Yes.
even the commentator, Romo, was saying it, which, God bless you, Tony Romo.
Yeah.
I'm willing to squash our beef right now. So.
We'll get to him in a second.
We'll get to him. Going back and forth. Now, the Chiefs are in the driver's seat.
Yes.
They nail it home.
Boom.
They're taking the lead.
Yes.
I said it before last week. I said if the Chiefs can beat the New England Patriots, you bet your house, your spouse, you bet everything that they'll win the Super Bowl because this is a mental game for them.
Yeah.
They could never crack this egg. And it looked like that was going to happen.
Right.
Until
Yeah.
Tom Brady, our angel of the Lord,
Yeah.
comes down and says, you know what? Not on my watch. Let's go down that field right now. And of course, as they march down the field and when you think it's done, maybe they got a little help from the Kansas City defensive line.
Sure.
But nonetheless, you give Tom Brady an overtime and a chance at the Super Bowl, he'll hit that 10 out of 10 times.
Let's, my uncle said this. I saw him on the weekend, and he said, sometimes to be good, you got to be lucky. Muffed punt. Here's a play that, in my opinion, really did change the game on that side. Because what was weird about that muffed punt as well, let's say they did say, yeah, he did touch it. The referee blew the call down. So the guy from Kansas City grabbed the punt and ran in the end zone. That should have been a touchdown. But they called it down, which was weird. So, on one end, obviously they didn't get the ball back, but that was weird enough where, why would the referee blow his whistle? Like, let the play go. It's an ongoing play. Second is when the lineman stepped over lined up over the line. On one end, you can't make a call, like different game, obviously. The referees literally see one defender hitting another one when the ball's in the air, but you somehow can see where this guy's standing on an imaginary line, and that play turned into an interception, and they had to call it back, correct?
That's right.
And then Hogan catches a ball that looked like it might have fell on the ground, but didn't. Like, dude, to be good, you got to be lucky, as my uncle said, and it's true.
Yep.
It is so true that both these teams literally won these games, in my opinion, on luck.
Both of these games came right down to the wire with all teams competing. You can't say that one team had a bad game.
No.
They were all firing with everything they got. It's what you want out of these championship games. And I got to say, the one bright spot that I do have for Kansas City is we get into the play that really sealed their fate. But what a bright future. Patrick Mahomes, everybody.
Yeah, man.
You're looking at what will be the term the best quarterback in the league for many years to come.
Absolutely,
I'm telling you, this guy is beyond special. It's the one sidearm. He's been throwing the sidearm all year, but the one sidearm where he took the hit, to make the play and got it off. I couldn't. I go, how is this guy getting this ball off?
Do you know who my heart goes out to? It really goes out more to Andy Reid than anybody else. Like, always the bridesmaid, really never the bride, right?
Oh,
like,
man,
this guy had it. He had it. He could taste it. And it just literally came off his fingers again. And this is a team that had their controversy. Kareem Hunt gets thrown out, and a great player, but shitty person. They get rid of him. But then this third string running back, Damian Williams, comes out of nowhere. 3 touchdowns in the fourth quarter. You got Kelce, the thing is, Mahomes doesn't have like the greatest arsenal of guys, and he is bona fide real.
Yeah.
And so good on you, Kansas City. My heart breaks a little bit for Andy Reid.
I thought this
more
was
for
the
Andy
year.
Reid than anybody else.
I really thought this was the year. I didn't think that they would. I didn't think that they would close it out. When the drive first started, in all honesty, I was like, you know what? I don't think New England's going to get there.
But let's talk a little bit about Tom Brady now, okay? He comes back. He wins this game. Was it Tom Brady? Was it Gronk? Was it Edelman? Was it the whole package? Like, what was it, man? Is it me, or is Brady throwing the best football? Like, those, not just the spiral and the speed. To me, he looks so locked and loaded. Like, it didn't matter if he was 41 or 24, man. He looked fantastic.
He looks great. And to answer your question, it was everybody. It was a typical New England Patriot. Everybody get on the same page. And I don't want to call it just the Belichick page or the Brady page. It's the New England page. And they did it again because, first off, I will say, shame on you, Kansas City. Fine. They tie the game. It gets sent in, or, they get the lead, but you bring it back in with the field goal to send it to overtime. Okay. Shame on you. You had the New England Patriots on the opening drive at 3rd and 10, twice before they were in field goal range and once during field goal range. Okay? So you can't give up those opportunities if you want to be, as you put it, Mitch, a killer.
Yeah, man.
If you want to be a Super Bowl, you go in with that attitude and say, not on my watch. You're not doing this.
I never thought of it, but those 3 guys, Brady, Edelman, and Gronk, are killers.
They're killers. Yeah. So think about that drive.
Yeah.
3rd and 10, Brady makes it happen.
Yep.
Second 3rd and 10, Edelman makes it happen.
Yep.
Next 3rd and 10, Gronk makes it happen.
Yeah.
Boom. And in the mix, you got Burkhead, who's been there the entire game.
Exactly.
Running his plays. You know, and even during, you would think Burkhead, too. I think he does that 9-yard run.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how many yards exactly, but I believe it was a 9-yard run from the touchdown.
Yeah.
The drive to get them in the lead in the fourth quarter, same thing. The guy was, I mean, how do you allow a running back when the game's on the line? How does the defense give that up, you guys?
It's a tough one. But bottom line, 2 amazing games, 2 amazing finishes.
Yeah.
And we got again, I kind of want to touch on Brady because everyone's been touching on it, and I think we deserve to touch on it too. 9 times this gentleman, this superstar, this GOAT is about to head to the Super Bowl. 9 times. Along with his good friend, Mr. Belichick, they're going for the 9th, not straight time, but they're going to the Super Bowl 9 times.
13-time AFC Championship game.
Unreal, man. We talked about in the past versus the system versus the player, and I was always on the system. It's a system. You can plug anyone in. After what I watched that weekend, I said to myself, you know what? Maybe I'm wrong. I can admit it when I'm wrong. I'm wrong.
We bleed red.
But I'm not wrong with regards to saying that it's the player now. What I think it really comes down to, and follow me for 2 seconds on this, is this. You got Tom Brady and Belichick. They meet each other one day, and it just clicks. Like Lego blocks. They just go in, and it's been working ever since.
It's like Will Smith and Jazz.
Michael Jordan, Phil Jackson, and the triangle offense. Like Lego. Click it in, boom, it works. But I'm a big believer that that's how it works. You need the perfect player for the perfect system. Because if you take Aaron Rodgers, as much as we love him, and you plug him in New England, I don't think you get the same results. I really don't. I don't know why it works so well with these two, but I'm now a big believer that the system and the player have, like, when it's this, like, how can we not think that this is the two of them?
It's an organizational thing.
You think so?
I'm agreeing with you. I think that's what you're saying. Yeah, it's the system, but you got to have the players for consistent success, because you can have the one-offs, you can have the teams that believe,
right,
and think they're doing it. I mean, that typically happens. But yeah, it's not just the Belichick. It's Belichick with Brady.
Yeah.
It's the culture. It's craft.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's
you got to go up there too. It is
yeah.
everything, especially in this era. You know what? Our good friend Pete K.
Yeah.
Pete K.
Yeah, of course.
So he told me the other week we went for lunch. He tells me about a book that he read.
Yeah.
And I got to find the name of it. In Locker Room, I'm going to tell you the name of it too. But the gist is they looked at all these teams in history, and they picked, I believe, the top 15 teams of all time and what made them successful. And it's kind of what we're talking about. Is it a player? Is it a coach? Is it this person? And they brought it down to the captain of the team.
Oh, really?
And the captains of the team were the get the spotlight off me type of thing, very humble, very teamwork, just what we typically think is a good, humble captain would be, but they were culture. They would tie the culture in the dressing room. So you look, Brady was on that list. He told me Duncan from the Spurs was on that list.
Yes.
Bill Russell on that list. Like, the list goes on and on and on about these. And so if you look at Brady now, again, I'm not saying it's just Brady, but to add to your point, took a pay cut.
Yeah.
Wants to stay with the team. Got in a big fight with the coach last year.
Yes.
Let's face it.
Yeah.
They were not on good terms in the playoffs. But this year, you'd say there's no problem.
Yeah, they figured it out.
They figured it out. We're good.
Yeah.
So I've uncovered it, Mitch.
What do you got?
Shame on us again.
Okay.
Where we don't see the angles.
Right.
This was a LA Ram,
Right.
New England Patriot
Yeah.
final from the get-go. And how we didn't see it.
How are you getting there?
I shouldn't say from the get-go. We knew the LA Ram Illuminati were going to manipulate their way to the top.
That we knew.
We knew that.
We didn't think it was this bad.
We didn't think
This blatant.
Yeah, we didn't think they had to pull out all the stops.
Yeah.
But we said the LA Ram Illuminati, they're the Rams, they're that pagan Ram, the side of evil.
What?
We thought the Saints would be coming in. The Saints represent good. They're godly.
Yeah, that's right.
But no, they defeated the Saints.
Right.
So here's what happened. The LA Ram are in. They defeated the good army.
Yeah.
Kansas City was supposed to go through.
Yeah.
But then, if you think of a saint,
Right.
you think, who's the leader of the saints? There's the Saints, and then there's the Angels and the Archangels, my
Archangels.
friend. And who's the Archangel of the Lord?
What?
Is it not that we've been saying week after week? Thomas Brady. So good old JC stepped in and said, whoa, we can't have these guys killing our Saints. He pushed the Kansas City guy up with his nice, invisible, godly hand.
Yeah, no doubt.
Caused the play.
Yeah.
That would have been the turnover.
What?
Gives the ball back. Yeah, everything's working. Somehow, mysteriously, it's working. Now, you think you got this ram in the final.
Right.
Well, what's the nickname of Tom Brady?
Oh my God.
The GOAT, my friends. Ladies and gentlemen, the
Unreal.
LA Ram Illuminati do not understand the angel of the Lord, the Archangel. They're bringing the big guns. Who's the GOAT of goats?
Yeah, man.
Ram's kind of a goat, basically. Brady is the GOAT of goats. Ladies and gentlemen, Dimitri is calling it from now.
I'm telling you right now, I
The
got
New
chills.
England Patriots are winning the Super Bowl.
Wow.
Done. Uncovered.
Well, we'll give you the real analysis next week. Rams are favored, or pardon me, New England is favored as of right now through Vegas odds at 2.5.
yeah,
They're favored.
the over-under, I got a 57.5. What a terror. Like, these odds makers, hey, they're something else.
You know who knew
They
what the
get it.
odds were before the odds even came out? Even before Vegas knew? You know who knew? Tony Romo. Buddy, I was watching that game, and I don't even know if I was actually watching or just listening to what Tony Romo was doing. This dude was calling everything.
Everything.
It was
Everything.
like watching Babe Ruth point to the sky, but every single play. He's like, gone. Watch out, watch this guy go here. Watch this. Why is he not? I said this a couple of podcasts ago. I can't remember which one it was, but I said, why isn't this guy the offensive or defensive coordinator for a team? He should be sitting there going, hey, watch out. He's going to do this. He's going to do that. Blah, blah, blah.
Why doesn't he do that for the Dallas Cowboys? And he'll actually be regarded as the greatest cowboy of all time.
Unbelievable. But it's also like, he gets really excited. It's actually kind of, that's
you
why
stole my bit. I was just going to say that.
He's fun to watch
a
because it's
fan.
like us. Yeah. It's like, oh. He gets so excited.
Sorry, it's like what?
Yeah. Oh. I don't know, like, what happens. Like, Jim Nantz has got a great voice. I consider him one of the best of all time.
Hey, he's the Golden Tee guy.
But my question is, does Tony Romo, does he do the commentary in pants? Because I'm assuming he's just in shorts. There's no way this guy can keep pants on. Based on what I'm hearing and how he is, there's no way.
I know I brought this up before, but you know he got in trouble when he first started. He was getting in trouble from the network for calling the plays.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because the reason is that they like the commentators talking about, you know, keeping it mysterious. What's going to happen? What's going to happen? You know, just going through, oh, we could do this. And then that way everything's a surprise. Well, Romo started and goes, yeah, well, they're lining up. I mean, he's going to do that.
Yeah.
Right. And they were getting mad at him. But I think that they inadvertently stumbled on something great. Well, you got to have a guy who knows what they're doing.
Yeah.
Because you've had other players, like you got the Aikmans, Gruden when he was doing Monday. You got these players that weren't doing it as good as him. I mean, that final drive, he's like, look at Gronk.
Yeah.
Single coverage Gronk. He's
Buddy,
like, he was a fan. Like you said, like us, he's like, oh my God, this single coverage, they're going to do it. I'm telling you. And they did it. And he was like, oh.
Yeah, he was loving it. You know what? As you're saying it, all I kept thinking about is I want to play Madden with him, or I want him to play Madden for me and win me all that money in those EA Sports tournaments. You got to teach him how to use the controller, and this guy will watch the team line up, and he'll be like, "Oh, this idiot's gonna do this," and he just runs all over you.
Yeah, we got to teach him how to play Mortal Kombat so he could fight that Sonic Fox guy.
That's a great idea.
You know what I
like
mean?
it. I like it.
There you go.
Yeah, man. He gets excited. It's fun to watch. I like the fact that he's the commentator or the color guy. I think they got to keep it. CBS, good for you guys. Keep it going.
You know, and I want to bring one thing up as we just, again, talking about Tom Brady. Guys, are we still really talking about, oh, you got to give him the GOAT now? Really? Can we just end this? He was the GOAT last year. He was the GOAT even 3 years before that. Guys, all you fans that are Montana fans, you're second. You're out. You're done. It doesn't matter
done,
what.
yeah.
I don't want to hear if he loses his Super Bowl. Put it to rest. He's the
I'll say
greatest
this.
quarterback of all time.
I do want him to win this.
Me
because
too.
you don't want to see the guy having one, like, I think look, he's the GOAT no matter what. It doesn't matter. But I'd like to see him have like 2 or 3 more Super Bowls than losses in the Super Bowl. Do you know what I'm saying?
Sure,
like, that's what I want for my selfish way. But you know what also makes him the GOAT? And I said this right before the podcast started, Jeff, and I said it to you, is not only do they interview him at the end, he's like, oh yeah, we're the team that sucked. But right before he goes into his rant saying, hey guys, all those people that said, honey, I love you. He calls out the wife, calls out the family. Like, where you think this guy is, like, you're like, wow, he's amazing. He just upped himself even more on all of us.
He Oscar speeched sports.
He makes us all, as men, shittier.
Yeah.
Like, we are crap compared to this man. He's great looking. He's fashionable. He's the starting quarterback. He's a Super Bowl winner. What else do you want from this guy? This guy does and thanks his wife on national TV before he thanks his teammates. Teammates don't care because they've just won the craziest game of all time.
That's right.
There's no stopping this guy.
Like you said, he must have saved 1,000 people from a burning church.
Yeah.
No, I think it was 10,000.
Yeah,
Mitch.
man,
I
been.
think it was more.
I don't know what's going on, but
like, this is the
unreal.
life you want. You know, all these motivational
Absolutely.
people.
Yeah.
Stop. Just Tom Brady. Just study him.
I just want to watch
Do what Tom does.
Exactly.
What, WWTD.
Yeah.
What would Tom do?
What would Tom do? Exactly.
That's it.
Exactly. All right. As we finish that up, next week, we're going to talk about the Super Bowl. We're going to break it down for you guys. And we're going to literally just tell you how you're going to make money through the Sportsfolio. We're going to tell you just who to pick and why they're going to win. And it'll be a great Super Bowl.
It's going to be a very Super Bowl specific Sportsfolio, everyone.
Exactly.
We're going to go into straight bets. We'll do some prop bets with you. We're going to focus right on it, but show you how to do it responsibly.
That's right. And the week after that, we're going to tell you why we should have picked the other way, because it'll probably not happen that way we're saying.
And that's why we're bringing a mental health doctor in Dr. Ryan Todd, who might convince us to just stop
Exactly.
gambling.
Now,
Investing.
as we're about 5 minutes away from starting Maga Malaka,
Yes.
let's talk about what did happen this weekend
Yes.
in the world of MMA and boxing.
Done.
All right? Some huge epic fights. Pacquiao, did he win?
He did win. He won convincingly.
Yes, he did.
And he might not even be fighting again because he hurt his orbital bone, and they're looking into it right now. This could be a very, very serious thing, which is bad timing for Pacquiao because HBO no longer exists. He's out of his contract with Top Rank. He just signed with Al Heyman and PBC and Showtime Sports. This was the start of kind of that last wave for Pacquiao to make some big money, and it came at a cost. For those of you who saw the fight, Adrian Broner, sore loser, man.
Wow.
You know, look, I'll agree with them on one thing in the sense that all the punches, like Pacquiao's win he annihilated him, but it looked a lot more. He's right. A lot of them weren't really landing, but he still got shut out. He still had a terrible, terrible performance, averaging 8 punches around. Come on, man. Come on.
Don't make me go back to the Wilder and
I'm not
Fury
going to
fight.
do it.
Don't you dare get me going on.
I will not. But that's not all that happened. We told you. Our very own,
Yes.
on the same fight card, Pacquiao, the man himself, the Pac-Man, requested that George Ferocious Kambosos Jr. would be on that fight card, and he was. And if you were able to see it, they had streamed it on Instagram as well. Convincing performance. George went in there. He shut the guy out. I got to be honest. I got to credit his opponent for at least just hey, when they say keep your hands up, because George was coming in with the thunder.
Yeah.
He beat him all straight. All 3 judges had it a shutout for George. He moves to 16-0. He's currently ranked 15th on the WBA 135-pound rankings in the world, you guys. This is a very big deal. All George has to do, he's got to have 2 or 3 more fights.
Yeah.
And we're going to be seeing him on some real prime time, because in that division, you got the number 1 and 2 guys. You got Lomachenko, Mikey Garcia. Really quick, these 2 boxers are really big names in boxing, so he has a couple more convincing fights.
Sure.
It could spell something good, but that's not all in the Greek world, Mitch.
No, not at all. There's also, this guy named, Stefanos Tsitsipas, if you will. Tsitsipas. If you're watching the Australian Open, then you know who it is, because this guy took down the other GOAT. This guy Spoxied a goat for Easter or for Christmas, but he did it early.
That's what we do.
That's what we do.
He's like, come here, Federer.
Tsitsipas is a young, up-and-coming Greek tennis player. He plays out of Australia, Greek background, straight out of Greece, but this kid is now in the semifinals at this moment. He's
Is
in
it
the
fair
semifinals.
to say?
Yeah.
I know it might be premature, and maybe we're biased because he's Greek, but
Sure.
he beat Federer.
Yeah.
Is Tsitsipas the current
He's
GOAT?
the current GOAT, yeah. That's fair. That's
beat
the way
the
it is.
GOAT.
Yeah. If you
You
beat
got-
the GOAT and that GOAT beat the other GOAT, then yeah, you're the GOAT.
Woo!
Yeah.
So you know what?
Absolutely.
My father-in-law loves tennis. he's as in-depth about tennis as we are. It's his NFL.
Okay, sure.
And you know what he said? He told me, Dimitri, I'm not blowing smoke up your ass because he's Greek. He goes, and I trust my father-in-law's opinion.
Sure.
He's got the look. And watching him, you guys, I truly believe that he's in for the long haul of success. He's got the height. He's got the build. He's got the forehand, the backhand. He's got an excellent serve. He beat Djokovic last year.
Yeah.
Right? He's beaten Federer.
He's coming, man.
He's
young.
Going to be playing.
Doesn't have to beat them all right now.
No, but there's something there to this guy, and whether he does it or not in this tournament, it's going to be hard for him. To win, he's got to go through Nadal, and I think it's fair to say that Djokovic should. I don't want to jinx him, but he should win his next match. But he's got to go through Nadal and Djokovic to win the Australian Open. It'll be difficult, not unattainable, but good on you, Stefanos.
I love it.
And Stefanos is Greek, the Greek word for crown, meaning he's the king.
He's the king. He's already got the name. He had it before it started.
He's exactly. His destiny.
Now, because there were so many Greek athletes this week participating. I mean, Giannis is playing every other day, and he's the Greek freak and self-declared, in my opinion, the greatest basketball player
absolutely
of our generation. No, I'm joking. For sure, 2018-19, I mean, one of the top vote getters. You got Tsitsipas is rocking and rolling, and you got George Kambosos Jr., the ferocious one, once again proving to the world that the Greeks are taking over the sporting world.
It's unbelievable.
It is what it is. So, Maga Malaka, here we go. It's Greek athletes, you tell me, are they Magas, true Magas, or are they Malakas?
I like it.
You like that?
I like that.
All right. Jeff, this one might be confusing for you, but let's do it.
If you don't know the name, just say Malaka.
Okay. Yeah, exactly. Gotcha. Let's start with a nice, easy one. Nice, easy one. Easy one. Right over a little George Paros.
Oh,
ex-NHLer, greatest mustache of all time.
For that reason alone. Maga.
Jeff, do you know who it is? I'm going Malaka. What? Yeah, I'll tell you why. I'll tell you a story. 10 years ago, George, we were walking down the street. I went to Anaheim. This happened, I swear to God. And you're right. Now that you bring it up, I do have a problem.
It's you.
I do have a problem with that.
Then change your vote.
No, I'm not going to do it.
No Greek is a Malaka.
I'm going to tell you this right now. So I'm walking across the street. We went to the Honda Center. We're early for the Calgary Flames versus Anaheim Ducks. And I'm walking across the street, and he's walking the other way.
Yeah.
I turn around. George, Tikanis, how are you in Greek? Guy looked at me like I basically swore at him, and he just gave me kind of the stink eye or the mati.
It's you.
And he walked off.
It's you.
You're a Malaka, George.
No,
you're
a Maga. His mom warned him about strangers.
All right, here's another one. Another hockey player. Right down the middle. Here we go.
Oh, yeah. Right down the middle.
Right down the middle. Nick Fotiu. Played many years in the NHL. Actually played for our local Calgary Flames as well.
Yeah.
And his claim to fame was he'd score a goal and he'd take pucks and give them to the crowd. Maga or Malaka?
Malaka.
What?
Come on, man.
What are you talking about?
Really?
What do you mean? I truly am disgusted with you right now. How could you say
Sorry,
that?
who is this guy?
Nick Fotiu?
He's not Chelios.
We'll get to him. He's next.
Well, is he actually not?
He is next.
Well, get to him because this guy, who is he?
Who is he? I just told you. He'd score a goal and give you a present after he scored.
You give hand
That's
jobs.
right.
You give hand jobs in the shower. We don't see you in Maga Malaka for you.
Somebody should be giving me something for it then. Somebody should be giving me something for it.
Next.
Nick Fotiu. Maga.
No way.
All right, let's go with my buddy. Now, one of the greatest pianists, I think, of all time is Yanni. Yes. I read his bio. He played a little soccer. Is he a Maga or a Malaka
First
as
of
an
all,
athlete?
anyone that comes out with a tape live at the Acropolis with pianist skills, he's a Maga.
Maga's
What about his hair? What about that flow?
Everything.
Buddy, he's basically George Paros's mustache.
That's right.
With my hair.
Yeah, George. That's a real mustache, George. That's right.
Yanni's the love child of me and Paros.
Oh my God, that could happen.
You don't get that hair on the weekend.
No, you don't just do that.
No.
Let's talk about Stanley Cup winner.
Okay.
Nick Kyprios. Maga or Malaka?
Oh, yeah, you got to put him in the Maga category.
I have to admit, I also like him too.
He's the Stanley Cup winner on the ice and in commentary.
Maga. It's like they listen to him. I think they're scared of him on the panel a little bit.
He's like the egg yolk.
And he's got a little bit of that flair. He gets a little angry sometimes.
He's business.
He
still hasn't returned our Instagram message.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with that. It's probably me. It's probably me.
I think I'll do it for my.
I think I'm scaring
I'll
them.
do it for my account from
I think
now
I'm
on.
yeah, maybe you should do it from yours. Let's talk about Stanley Cup champ, but also an Olympic athlete, Mr. Chris Chelios.
Oh, MAGA. Absolutely. Like, come on, you're 45. You're still playing in the NHL.
Exactly. Here's one for you. NHLer, top-notch guy, Steve Stamkos. MAGA or Malacca? The best is you're staring at me like we're playing poker right now. Like you're like, what's he
I
gonna
gotta
say?
get in the mood. I gotta. It's this weekend, Mitch.
Yeah.
I'm unprepared.
I just think I saw your hand. I think I know where you're going.
Malacca.
That's right.
Because
Malacca's right.
Macedonia
That's
is
right.
Greece.
That's right. Sorry, Steve.
Sorry, Stamkos.
Sorry, Stamkos. You didn't want to join the team? Fine. That's fine, sir.
Macedonia is Greece, by the way.
Speaking of one of the greatest NBA players of all time, believe it or not, Greeks at 5'11 and a half and taller play in the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
One in particular was one on one of the greatest NBA teams of all time, which was the Lakers, Mr. Kurt Rambis, who AKA wore the short shorts and the glasses, basically the stunt double to Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. MAGA or Malacca?
Anyone who brings their Greek bathing suit to work is a MAGA.
100% MAGA. And he ended up coaching the Lakers for a little bit too. So you, sir, super MAGA. You might get the double MAGA card. Yeah,
maybe.
Exactly. All right. Let's see what else we got here. Well, we obviously know Stefano Tsitsipas, MAGA.
Clearly.
You're knocking the goat down. You got to go MAGA there. MAGA. Oh, here's a good one for you. The Joker's hockey team. This is a local beer hockey league.
Be careful.
I'm just saying. It's a beer hockey league of mostly people that are from the Greek community.
Yes.
MAGAs or Malacas as athletes. Athletes.
MAGA.
What?
MAGA.
No, I think Jeff said it perfectly right there.
Oh, come
I've
on.
seen the team. I've seen the team.
We produce.
I've seen the
We're
team.
champions.
So are we. And that's why the next question is Team LS Division J basketball team.
Oh, Malaga.
Oh, for sure we're Malacas.
You have one call-up who's not only the best player draining threes,
Yes.
but he also
Starts the biggest fights.
biggest fight of
Yes.
all time.
Yeah.
Actually, he's the MAGA.
He's a
but
MAGA.
the rest of you are Malacas.
Tasso's the MAGA. We're the Malacas.
Yeah. Shout out to Tasso. He's on vacation right now. That's
Now-
okay. Mitch, is that your phone?
That
Don't worry.
could be- no,
We're
it's
just
fine.
doing a podcast.
No, it's not a big deal.
You know,
Who
phones
cares?
come in silence right now.
they
Hey,
do.
you can actually.
That's a
Who is
186.
it?
Oh, it's
Who is it?
give blood.
What?
Yeah. Well, I give blood. What's a big thing?
No, there's
No,
nothing
I
wrong.
want to save a life. Thanks. Hey.
I think giving blood is great.
I think you're great too. Thank you. All right, two more. Here we go. All the Greeks that every Sunday get together and play soccer at Ernest Manning, MAGAs or Malacas. And by the way, all of you keep telling me that you guys were all drafted by some sort of form of a soccer team. I don't know if I truly believe it after playing with you guys.
They're Malacas. Come on.
If our teams are Malacas, they're Malacas too.
And you sit like the rest of the Greeks on Sunday,
That's
and you
right.
have koulouria and cafe in the community hall.
I got two more for you, and here we go. Let's go with the Philippidis. Do you know who Philippidis is?
No, who's
Philippidis is the gentleman that literally ran the first ever marathon.
Oh, yes, sorry.
All
of
right.
course he's a MAGA. What are you
And
talking about? The
you know
guy
why
did it
he's a
in armor.
super MAGA?
'Cause
He's a triple MAGA. He ran in his artillery.
Yeah, in his
outfit.
armor. You know, a funny thing. So I got a guy at work.
Yeah.
He ran a half marathon the other weekend.
Not like that.
Not like that. It was half.
Yeah, half.
It was like 23 kilometers.
Yeah.
I go, do you know the story? He goes, yeah, it took place in Greece. And in true Greek fashion, I
Yeah.
brought him to my computer
Sure.
and I took him to Google Maps.
Right.
I go, I want you to appreciate
What he did.
what he did. I showed him. He goes, he ran that. I go, let's just put satellite mode.
Yeah.
I want you to see the terrain.
Yeah.
Look at the terrain.
Look at the train.
The rolling arid
Do you think
hills.
he had the air runners? No. He had
I'm
sandals.
like, they came from the he ran.
he ran.
And he's like, he ran. It was 43 through that. I go, yeah. Abdominals, because he's in good shape.
Yeah, sure.
So when you got your Reebok sneakers,
Yeah.
I want you to know that this guy had bronze armor,
Yeah, exactly.
a shield, a spear, and a dream.
Exactly.
To keep Greece alive.
And then he died right on site, right there. That, people, is passion.
you can't script that movie.
Last one, and this is the easiest one. Team LS 2004 Euro soccer team. MAGAs or Malacas?
You know what? To be honest with you, MAGA.
That's right. MAGA all day. MAGA. Wow. There it is. Like, look at what I just went through there. Basically, that was a high majority of MAGAs.
Yeah, but you missed a good one. I'm
Which
just looking
one?
right
Which
here.
one? Which
well,
one?
we talked about tennis. Tsitsipas is great, but what
I said
about
it.
Pete Sampras?
Well, it's a MAGA. That's like a no-brainer. I brought all these up just in case. You know
Is it because he's banging Sonya Blade?
Yeah, it's because he's got really, really curly hair, and I don't like the hair.
Apparently, he's cheap, hey?
Is
and
he?
so Federer and
He is
Sampras,
great.
listen, they had a
Is he from the same village you guys are from?
Yeah! Well, winners. I hate you, man.
There it is. Ladies and gentlemen, that's episode 66.
I can't even tell
In a
my,
nutshell.
I'll tell my story after.
Tell it later. Who cares?
He had a friendly.
Look at that. We're on time today.
Look, he had a friendly with Roger Federer, and during the match, Federer called him cheap, and Sampras actually got legitimately pissed off and told him to shut up on live TV.
Really?
He was upset. But anyways, forget about being upset. Let's be happy. Episode 66 is in the bag. Thank you very much to the roster, alchemystudio.ca. Thank you to macromindmedia.com, at Headversity. Of course, we're coming into the Super Bowl. We are coming in hot, but you got to keep up on all the news. Follow us on all the channels. www.reallockerroomtalk.com. Follow us on Podbean. Get to the YouTube channel, Twitter, Instagram, where it's at Mitch and Dimitri. I can never forget about Agape Greek Radio. Thank you very much. Guys, we got to hit the showers.
I'll see you at the poker tournament.
Poker. It's going to be a fun one. So you said you got, what, we got 75? 75 as of today. That's impressive.
Really great.
0.